We don't just have people come next to the president. We gotta make sure this is a security thing. All right, we're here to. Yes, sir. It's not a security thing.
All right, folks. Good evening. This is Sky Television Live here at the Rabat International Airport, where President Joseph Nyuma Boakai and delegation have just returned from South Korea, Seoul, on a business summit. So they are already in country. That is a plane that just brought President Joseph Nyuma Boakai and delegation. The plane is called ASCII, and we are right here at the Rabat International Airport. That is okay. So that is the airplane there. ASCII, yes, that is ASCII, Liberia. We are here making sure that we give you all the happenings here at the Rabat International Airport, where President Joseph Nyuma Boakai and delegation have just returned. The airplane there, ASCII. We are with the president to disembark from the airplane, and these are officials of government, the acting president of the Republic of Liberia, Minister Sylvester Risby, and other officials of government. You see the little girl, she's the one that will give the flower to the president. Here we see the Minister of Finance, Honorable Boima Kamara, and we also see the advisor to the president, Honorable Mandela Kupo. We see Madam Ability. We also see Honorable Augustine, Dr. Augustine Kone. And we see the CSA Director, Josiah Jokai. And we also see other officials of government. We see Honorable Mohamed Kroma, and we see the minister. Yeah, again, everybody. The Minister of Culture. All of them are here. You see supporters of the Unity Party. They are here in their uniform, and this is it. These are people that have come to welcome President Joseph Nyuma Boakai and entourage. You can see Madam Remarkability there, all the way there. So as we speak, the president and entourage disembarking the ASCII airplane here at the Rabat International Airport, and we are with the president to come. So any moment from now, we are seeing signals that the president is coming closer and closer to us,
folks.
So this
Good
is
afternoon,
it.
and welcome to LNTV.
This is it.
We're coming to you live
This
from
is
the
it.
Rabat International Airport.
This is
where
what
we've come to
is unfolding here.
His Excellency.
So As you can see in the background, we have a lot of government officials here waiting. For the matter of fact, folks, we has just been told that the pilgrims from Liberia are about to leave from here today. People that are going to Mecca to perform the pilgrimage are about to leave from here today. So what we are told is that the president going to interact with them before leaving the Rabat International Airport here to Jeddah, Mecca, or Medina, so that they can perform a pilgrimage. So now the president is coming towards us in his motorcade. There are a lot of security. You see,
President Boakai has just returned to Liberia from the inaugural edition of the
there's something. So this is it. You see our friends are running behind the vehicles. So this is it, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching Sky Television live here at the Rabat International Airport. This is the car. They are bearing our President Joseph Nyuma Boakai. So this is it. Thank you so much for joining this live broadcast here at Rabat International Airport. Ambassador Sylvester Grisby has walked close to the car. He's going to welcome the president. This is it. Thank you so much. All right. Right, the president is here from a long week business summit in South Korea. So the president will shake hands with officials here.
That I can't identify. Yeah.
Barisan Unity Party. Stop for now. President Senator Daros Dillon.
Yeah, like this. But not a official sponsor.
Yes, sir. But you represented
You should know protocol. The president's delegation of South Korea. I'm not the official spokesperson.
we know that you are not speaking for the president, but you representing the first branch of the Liberian government.
I will brief the Senate and then I will speak to the president.
But how was the trip so far? How was the trip?
Yeah, from your own perspective, sir.
Go down to the president.
What the trip you look like?
You like it. You're not brief protocol today.
Now, we don't know whether the trade was good or
We did call it government, the trade was good. The president and the chief executive was good. And they let respect the people.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. That was Senator Daros Delon, Senator Ibrahim Daros. Speak to alongside President Joseph Nyuma Boakai, attending business Korea Liberia Business Summit. So now is the Minister of Information.
Good. It's very exhausting.
Exhausting.
We've traveled for the last 30 hours. Very fulfilled. In a couple of days,
Liberians want to know exactly why is that one big specific news, like in terms of agreement, in terms of monetary value. Why is that news for South Africa?
More than 6 MOUs signed between the Liberian Party and multinational companies in Korea. Now here is a big one. Over 48 heads of state and the president. Not all of them had the chance to do bilateral with the president of Korea, because it is at the bilateral we have the opportunity to make specific requests, specific demands, and you can hide whatever the results could be. So we were able to have a bilateral with the president of South Korea, and just a summary, rather than going into all the other details, just a commitment that South Korea will support the efficient implementation of the arrest agenda. It's everything, because the agenda arrest will deal with road, they will deal with infrastructure, tourism, all the pillars that you imagine are part of the arrest agenda. There's a commitment to assist. The next step would be to establish a joint commission. A joint commission is an establishment or a mechanism for follow-up. And one thing that we know was an error in the past that we're not allowed to happen now is that when we go abroad and we have understanding or agreements, we will follow up to the letter. Because one thing to just say we have an agreement, it is another thing to have the fruit of that agreement. This administration has already set up a team led by the Minister of Foreign Affairs that will follow up to ensure the joint commission is established. The President of Korea, one thing he said clearly, develop and submit to us the proposal on road development. Because President Boakai made the case that road is a federal agenda for his administration. Right away, we're doing that. In fact, the Minister of Public Works or the Ministry of Public Works is far ahead of that. So we submit that so that the massive interest we have in advancing our road network in the country can be achieved. But you know what the arrest agenda is? We have a commitment that South Korea will support the implementation of that agenda.
So, Prime Minister, I know you have questions, but I'm one of those who followed one of the head of African states during the summit. So, that, for example, in the case of Kenya, Kenyan President recently posted on his Facebook page that he secured about $138 million United States dollars from the summit intended for impacting the youthful population from that country. So
I don't know how he did that, because
I wanted you to attach the value to the agreement.
You know what it takes to implement the arrest? I have known you call it just baby chicken cheese, so that's not what we're interested in. First of all, Korea has committed to spending $24 billion on all the African countries. $24 billion. 10 billion of those amounts will go directly to the African countries to different projects. The remainder 14 billion will be spent on Korean companies that are interested in investing in Africa. That's how that 24 billion will be spent. So the mechanism on which they obtain the 100-something million you're talking about, I don't know, but I can clearly tell you that when we get the fruit of the bilateral agreement, it's not going to be 124 million, it's going to be millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Is there any duration attached to that, the money we just spoke about? In terms of the 24 billion?
Korea said they will spend that money between now and 2030.
now and 2030. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. So that's Liberia.
That is the information minister.
That was the information minister.
We had the presidential press secretary, who also
Here and now.
Secretary, welcome back to Liberia.
Thank you very much.
With a lot of smile on your face.
Can you summarize exactly the good news for Liberia from the summit?
Well, it's unfortunate I can't summarize of 1 week in 50 seconds, but I will try. It's been a really wonderful time in South Korea. Very many good news. The president had an exciting time. The delegation, the people of Korea, they were very excited to meet our president and delegation. Some of the good news support in many sectors. I'm sure you've heard today that the delegation signed about 7 MOU, that is memorandum of understanding on many areas, including energy, agriculture, financial sector, and many more. And even the president was very excited of his visit. There were 3 key business summits held with the president and members of his delegation. He also met several other leaders, his counterparts from different African countries, but more importantly, he had a meeting with the president of South Korea, and it was a very important bilateral talk. They talked a lot about many different things, but more importantly, it was a very fruitful trip, and the president is excited.
The MOU you are talking about, when does it take into force?
In fact, according to the MOU, it was signed yesterday. So beginning the signing, so it takes effect immediately after the signing. There are different timelines. There's some that are 2 years, there's some that are longer, there's some that are shorter. But it opens doors for those investors in Korea to come to Liberia and begin talk on the ground and looking at the different sectors that they're interested in.
With all of those MOUs signed, what is the biggest among all?
Well, I mean, all of them are very important on energy, agriculture, food production, and whatnot. But most importantly, the meeting that was held between the president of Liberia, our president, and the president of South Korea, a bilateral meeting, that was the biggest moment because in that meeting, they talked about a number of different things, including the road situation, infrastructure. But right now, one of the things that the president of South Korea is waiting on our team for is to culminate all of our different key agreements, particularly those sectors that our interest is high in, so we can send it there and that they're able to extend support. But there were many very brilliant meetings that were held.
I'm concerned about health from South Korea.
Absolutely. Health was a key component of those conversations as well.
So the president had a meeting at the distributing security sector, and the president will for some recommendations to the committee about strengthening food access, talking about Africa. Africa has more, but they are not getting more. So what do you think is the way forward to strengthen food security according to the president's
I think there are a number of ways in which we as Africa, or particularly Nigeria, can strengthen food security. That's one of the reasons why one of the MOUs is specifically on agriculture, and that will invest in agricultural research. So this MOU, once the implementation starts, will have our team deep dive into the sector in terms of rice production, for example, or cassava. In fact, the agriculture minister had a very good meeting. He actually had a meeting with a company in South Korea that only do starch. They use the cassava for production of starch. We also met several different partners in the rice area. So with that level of industrialization in the agriculture sector, it will help us to do long-term sustainability of our food sector, because if we just rely on the sustainable farming that's being done regularly, it will be a challenge.
So looking at the $10 billion that is supposed to come to African countries, what specifically Liberia will benefit from that?
Well, as I've said earlier, and I'm sure you listened to the information minister, part of what we are doing in Liberia is playing a key role in the conversation around those key areas: energy, food security, road connectivity, and infrastructure development. And our portion now is to continue to ensure that they are sustained so that we have
So why is that different in terms of benefit between South Korea, Summit, and America?
Well, there are two different countries. South Korea is one country, and the United States is another country. In fact, there are lots of similarities and there are also some differences. With the United States, they are ongoing, because the United States didn't happen earlier, there are already ongoing conversations. In fact, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and a delegation went to Angola because as part of that meeting in the U.S., there was a team that went to Angola to show that they have conversation on the indigenous sector. Those events are happening, the conversation is happening, and lots of back and forth going to a point of even reaching to an agreement point on what kind of investment to do in the indigenous sector.
Okay.
For South Korea, it had just happened, the delegation had just returned, and those ones have just started to work. So I'm sure both of them are all in the interest of showing that Liberia is, getting there, and the president is interested in making sure that the livelihood of the Liberian people is
Finally,
thank you.
well, finally, I want to thank all of you all for holding the ground, for keeping us updated, but also for following up and informing the Liberians what's happening. We look forward to engaging. And I also like to inform you that His Excellency will talk to you guys shortly before he leaves with the programs for Hajj. So he will speak to the press. Anyways, thank you all. Look forward to today's engagement.
Okay, thank you.
all right, folks. That was Presidential Press Secretary, Madam Sula Fofana. Right here, awaiting the president to speak to the press to speak to us through you, so that we'll be able to convey the message from South Korea. My name is Nyuma Boakai here at the president arrival here at the Rabat International Airport. Thank you so much.
right, so we've just been briefed that we will receive His Excellency right here in a moment from now to speak to members of the press. And if we told you earlier, he's expected to bid farewell to the Liberian Muslims. Alright, so His Excellency the President.
Alright folks, thank you so much for joining us again at the Rabat International Airport VIP lounge. We are still here waiting the President to come and speak to us through you. Right now you see Mr. Richard Son is a paramedic. The President has served three successive presidents. He's a paramedic and always on board, both in the Liberia County and Monrovia. So here we're tirelessly for the Republic of Liberia. We just want to give a little token to him, through our television, which is one, a paramedic of the executive mansion. He makes sure that everyone who is traveling with the President, like the President himself, anyone who is traveling with the President should be treated medically. So it's a paramedic director of the executive mansion, which is Swan. So this is it. This is Sky Television Live. Stay here. Expecting the President to speak to us and see the Minister of Foreign Affairs is leaving. He's going out with Foreign Affairs, Madam Sarah Nyati, travel with the President to South Korea. So, and we expect the President to come and speak of us any moment from now. Right.
Several officials are here to receive this activity. So with President Boakai, will make his way out now, I guess, any moment from now. We heard it from a colleague who concerned Liberians are eager to know the dividends of the outcome of the trip and its activity.
All right. This is it. Ambassador at large, Charles Snara is there. Veteran journalist Charles Snara. Standing in the black boots and khaki trousers, white and white tie. All right. Richard Swain is supervisor of paramedics at the executive mansion for the presidential home. First Lady. Also part of the delegation to South Korea University.
Excellency, welcome back to Liberia.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm Sylvester Chilton, I work for the School Network. Welcome back. While you were away, many Liberians were concerned about specific agreement from the 2024 Korea-Africa Summit held in Seoul because the witnessed other African head of states like Kenyan President who announced a few days ago that he secured $138 million for his country. And so please, can you tell us exactly what were those specific agreements made between Liberia and South Korea?
How was the visit, Mr. President?
I don't know about it. This was a summit. This Korea first Korea-Africa summit. Which brought the two people from the two continents together. And the idea was to see how we could work to tackle a lot of global issues, investment, confidence building, Africa and Korea with their technical knowledge and so on. And there were no, except for general announcement about 14 billion and 10 billion announcement were made. So we did not go for us to have specific, except for the investment world, where we met investors, a number of investors who are interested in coming to Africa, to Liberia, to invest in so many areas, with technological transfer, but also the issue of scholarship, helping Liberians to go to Korea to learn in Korean communities.
Mr. President, my name is Theophilus from Cool FM. Liberia has this long-standing bilateral ties with South Korea, which date back since the 1950s. At one point in time, Liberia provided logistical support to the Korean military. Was that effort made, sir?
Koreans make reference to that. We're very grateful. As a matter of fact, talking with the president, he was able to even capture the arrest agenda. He said to another supporter, the Koreans are very conscious of what has happened because
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Speaking to us as we put us here at the Rabat International Airport. We are now making our way to the pilgrims, people who are going to Mecca to perform pilgrimage. The president is going to give them farewell to go and perform there. So kindly join us in a few minutes from now. Few minutes from now, we are going to be right there, and we'll bring to you live where the pilgrims are. Thank you so much for joining Sky Television Live. My name is Yubeni Masale. Bye-bye for now. Happy cow.